I've been preparing for this hunt since July. The Jumping Horse Ranch is expansive. What it offers is a great way to get away. This is an outfitted hunt. So EOTECH brought me out here and I was able to enjoy everything. Full meals, I mean 3 full meals a day, which I rarely eat anyway. But man, an elaborate place to stay. It's beautiful. The views are unmatched and just an overall great experience. And when you have people in camp that you genuinely like to hang around, it makes it all more enjoyable.
So for this Montana elk hunt, we're introducing a brand new line of scopes. So we've had the Vudu scope out for a long time, and we have a variety of magnifications and first and second focal plane. But what we're introducing this year is called the Vudu X. It's a new line, and I think it's gonna be ideal for this type of hunt. It's second focal design, which is ideal for hunting. And what we're gonna be using is our 2-12 by 40. So it's really got a perfect low magnification. I don't think we're ever gonna need more than 12. And what happens when you have more than that, you know, people dial too much. So 12 is like a perfect magnification for that. Still has a lot of the Vudu characteristics with the 30mm tube and illumination on the reticle, but it's just gonna be a perfect scope to allow you to go to 100 to 300, 400 yards and still have a confident shot. So I'm really excited to get these new scopes out there and see how they can perform.
The Vudu line of optics I've been really impressed with. I've been shooting their 1-6 by 24 a ton. I think they've got like a 5-25 that's this little short, compact, long range scope that's freaking awesome. And they're holographic sights. I've been shooting those for quite some time. So I'm very well versed in the EOTECH line. But the Vudu X is something completely different. This is an optic really specifically dedicated towards the hunter. Like this is an optic for me. But we finally got set up on Thursday. So this was about 4 days into the hunt that I finally got set up on a bull that I was ready to shoot. And once that shot broke, man, I figured the game was up. He went down, it looked great, but.
All right, quick update. Shot an elk and now I can't find it. So shot was 360 yards and the shot felt great. Everything felt really good. We saw him go down and let him lay overnight, which is the smart thing to do. I don't believe we pushed him too hard. But nonetheless, we are hiking and hiking and hiking and hiking and can't find him. So pretty tore up about it. I know these things happen. Do everything we can to try and locate him. Sucks, man. Like this sucks.
That's on me as a hunter, and something that I really learned this week is you gotta finish the job. You owe it to that animal, and man, and this beautiful scenery, I owe it to everything around me to finish that shot and finish the job. It's disheartening. I don't lose a lot of animals, and it's humbling when you do. But you've always got to remember that this stuff does happen. And when that happens, man, you got to roll with it. You got to like pull your boots up by the bootstraps and just get back to work. The question came up in camp, is a yard deer fair game? At the end of a hunt, yard deer are 100% on the docket. We drive around looking for maybe a buck that wasn't a yard deer. I would prefer it not be, and I'm not gonna shoot it in the yard. But once he steps across the line, fair game. So he's in a pivot that's above the ranch house. And I've got him picked out, I'm ready to go. We're gonna go put a stock on him. But then something happened. I decided not to go for the yard deer because there was another deer in the field that was smaller and was limping really bad. He had a really bad injury on his right front hoof, and he wasn't going to make it through the winter. With a buck now in focus, and one that I can clearly see is not a yard deer, but he is a range deer, because he was headed right towards the range where we sighted in our guns. Just a few feet where my hunt started, it's about to end. You know, when we set up, it was a 150-yard shot. It was an easy shot to make. Hit the deer, drops right there, and I actually dropped the deer on the range. So what better way to end a hunt right where it started? You know, looking back over the hunt, you know, whether you choose to shoot a yard deer or a range deer or a trophy bull or a management bull or a cow elk, you know, it's about relishing the moments that you make around camp more than it is about the pursuit and hunt of big game. And one thing I can tell you, if you're headed out west and you're gonna do a big game hunt, take good people, have good time, and don't be too picky.
To see all of Gun Talk's content, go to guntalk.com, guntalktv.com, or sign up for the Gun Talk newsletter.